So again, what we're doing today is we're graphing lines. So hopefully this is something, again, we did this this year, it just was last semester, but it's something that's super important as we move ahead in other classes. So being able to graph our lines, so when we're talking about these, I'm going to use y equals mx plus b. And when we do that, remember we begin our equation on the b value. So we begin at b on the y-axis, and then we move using slope. Which is rise over run. So those are our two main things about doing this and be able to do it well. But one of the things with both of these equations, the y is not currently alone, so we need to do that. So like for example 1, I'm going to move this 2x over, so y is alone. And when I do that, I'm going to write the negative 2x first plus 5. Those two don't get to go together. So we're ready to figure out what our b is. So we're going to begin at 5 on the y-axis. So we're going to put a dot at 5. It should be positive 5. But then careful, our slope is going to be a negative 2. And we can put that over 1. So we're going to go down 2 and over 1. So again, we've talked about this before. Guys, I'm recording right now, so I really ask the side conversations aren't going on. It's really probably distracting if they're trying to listen. So this is going downhill. That's super important because you think about it, uphill versus downhill is a big deal in almost every circumstance that it could show up in. I mean, talking about like riding a bike or walking, hiking. We're talking about like the price of something going up or down. That's a big difference. Like if gas prices start falling really fast, it's going to be awesome. If they start going up really high, really fast, that's going to be an issue. And so understanding the idea of slope is so important. So uphill versus downhill doesn't seem like a huge deal, but it is. So downhill in this case. Now the second equation, to get this in slope-intercept form, what do you guys want to move first? There's a couple of options. What do you guys want to move first? It's up to you. X, I'm hearing X. So if we move the X, we're going to move it over here. Now negative X plus 0 is just going to be negative X. And it's fine, the Y is on the right side, that's not a big deal at all. But now we need to divide each side by that 2, so I need to get Y alone. So I'm going to rewrite this equation. It's going to be Y equals, it looks like negative X over 2. I'm going to think about that as a negative 1/2 X. It's a little bit easier to think about in terms of slope. But what's our b in this case?
0.
Our b is going to be 0. And then our slope this time has similarities to the last one. It's still going to be negative, but it's going to be a negative 1/2. So we're going to go down 1 and over 2. So again, the idea versus a half slope versus a negative 2, kind of a big deal as well. This is a lot more gradual of a downhill. Like if you're going skiing, this would be a big difference on like the difficulty of the ski hill. The bunny hill versus black diamond there. So just noticing those small differences, okay? So when you guys are ready, we're going to flip to the back side of our notes. So graphing lines is part of it. Then we're going to get into writing equations of lines. And again, we're using the same idea, our slope-intercept form here. Whoops. So I'm trying to, let's make this a little bit bigger here. Don't turn. Oh well, that's fine, we'll keep it small. All right. So in terms of y equals mx plus b, so they want the equation written in this form, our slope-intercept form. We have to see what they're giving me. Guys, make sure we're listening. So in letter A, they've told me the slopes. They've told me M. And they've told me a point. So that's going to be our X and Y. We're going to use that to find our B. So I'm going to put all of these into this equation, the y equals mx plus b, to find my b value. So my y is 4. My slope is -2. That's getting multiplied to the x, which is a -3. And I don't know what b is yet. They didn't tell me what b was. So I'm multiplying -2 times a -3. That's going to be a +6. So in order to solve for b, I'm going to move this over. Guys, make sure we're following along here. 4 minus 6 is -2. And that's our b. Again, this is something we've already done this year, but just making sure we're remembering how to do all this. Our slope is -2, and our b is -2, so then I rewrite it with those two letters in place of the m and b. So this would be our equation that would fit that criteria up there. Our next one's a little bit tougher because it kind of requires that we do what we did last time, where we find our slope first. So we're going to do y2 minus y1. Careful about the signs. And then x2 minus x1. The two negatives are become positive, so 3 plus 2, which is 5. Down 4, down 6 is going to be down 10. So this is a -1/2 as my slope. But I still need to find my b value again. So I'm going to use one of these 2 points. So I'm going to use 6, -2 as my x and y. It doesn't matter which one you use. And I'm going to put that into y equals mx plus b. So -2 equals the slope times the x plus our b, which we don't currently know. Well, that should be -2. -1/2 of 6 would be a -3. And then I move that over, and I find out my b is 1. So again, then we have to write it as a complete equation, y equals mx plus b. And I would actually say our last one's the easiest.
It's +1.
Oh, thank you. Yep. Good call. So +1 because it was +3, -2. Thanks. Our last one is actually our easiest one because they actually tell you m and b. So b is right on our graph. What's our b in this case?
-4.
B is -4. So they already told me b. I don't have to do all the algebra to find it. Now we need to find the slope, which we can do like we did last class with rise over run. So we're going to go up 3 and over 2 if I just go between any of the 2 points. +3 over 2. That's my m and b. That's all I need to write my equation. So our y equals mx plus b there. All right, any questions?
Short notes.
Yeah, and I'm trying to keep all these notes short. That way you guys can ask for help. Also, I know there's a lot of other things in other classes that are kind of overwhelming right now. If we can keep this kind of a little bit more on the